What is going on YouTube? So we have a special video today. I mean, special to me at least. We're actually going to pick up, well, not today, we're picking up tomorrow, but we're going to pick up. We're picking it up. We're picking up a new car.
Tell them.
I'm not telling them. We're picking up a new car. And it's something I've wanted, and so we kind of just, it's a little different video. But we have to clean up the garage because the car actually has to go in here, so it's going to be a little tighter working. I still have all the stuff for my business. I don't know if any of you guys know, we run an e-commerce business, so that's how we make our living. And so this stuff needs to get out of the way so that the car can come in here. And so we got to do a little organizing. I also came out here outside. I'll show you real quick. I did just order a car capsule. So, I mean, Noel thinks I'm crazy for this. He was a little weirded out by it, but so this is gonna go in the garage, and the car basically sits in this. It's like a little capsule, so the car doesn't get all messed up or anything on it. So that's what I did. Whatever, it might be going a little overkill, but that's what I do. I'm a little overkill. So yeah, we gotta clean in here, and then so that's all we're gonna do today. I'm not gonna really show you it, but you know, I'll show you the finished feature. But this is how it looks right now. It's a mess. Okay. And we got to put a car here and a car capsule. So we're going to clean this up. And then tomorrow, we got something special. We're going to go pick up the car, and I'll show you what it is. A little breakdown of everything that I took to get it. And it is imported. So we got to go pick it up from the port. So this is our first time actually importing a car by ourselves. And it's something that we would like to continue to try and do moving forward. So just another thing we're trying to add more value, I guess, to ourselves, to our brand. So we're gonna get this, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, after inhaling about a whole fucking thing of dust, we're good. It's looking I think big enough for a car. We're about to test it right now. This is our car capsule. Let me whip this around. I showed you before. So I got the 16-foot indoor car capsule. So we're going to rip this open, set it up, see if we got enough clearance where we're at, and then we'll be picking up the car tomorrow. Guys, I just want to show you, like, we didn't listen to the first direction. Like, please do not use a sharp object to open box. This dude hands me a razor blade. We're already failing right now. And so opening it, it really didn't have much to it. It was the whole capsule, which is there, and then it came with, like, the fan, the power supply, the filter, and that seems to be all that's to it. But we're going to open it up and hook it up and see what's up. Alright, so that wasn't that terrible. It was pretty simple. There's not many pieces there. I feel like I probably could have made one of them myself. But now that that's done, now we just wait for it to blow up. I'm not going to put you guys through that, I promise. Unless we speed it up.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Alright, so she wants to put you guys through that, so we're probably going to put you guys through that. Alright, I mean, I didn't like make it all out or anything, but this thing is a lot bigger than I thought. I am going to have to move a lot of stuff to get this car in here correctly, and we would lose like all the space we have. Like, look how big this thing is. I thought I measured correctly and the 16 foot would do it. Apparently, I should have got the 14 foot one. 16 was clearly too, it was clearly too big. Like, this thing is huge. It takes up like the whole length. It goes all the way over here, all the way down. It's nice though. So there's that. Yeah, so that's done. So now in the morning, it's late as you see. In the morning we are going to get the car, and I can't wait to reveal this thing to you guys because I'm super excited to see it. So until then, guys, I'll see you in the morning. What is going on? So it's been, I know I told you to be the next day I'd go pick this thing up. It's actually been 2 days because, man, I was going to use my dad's truck, and then he hit a deer in it, so I couldn't use his truck. And then I found a truck, and then my trailer fell through, and then I went to go get one from U-Haul. U-Haul was all out of trailers, so then I finally got one from my buddy. I picked it up yesterday, pretty late, and then my co-pilot bailed on me. So it's been just all odds against me here to try and get this car. And then my printer broke, so I still need to print what's called a bill of lading to go pick up the car. So we're all over the place. I'm at my buddy's apartment right now picking him up. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and we're going to shoot now to New York City Port to go pick up the car. I'll kind of explain the process as we go along, and then at the end I'll kind of give you a breakdown on how, I guess, how the process of importing a car by yourself goes. So if anybody's interested, it is kind of a pain, but you know, you avoid all the other fees and nonsense from a broker, I guess. So we're gonna drive there now. It's about 2 hours away from where we're at right now, maybe a little bit more, and then we'll get going. So we had to make a pit stop. We're in the hood. We had to get the gourmet food, you know, the good stuff. I hate eating fast food now. I mean, I don't mind it sometimes, but like, I don't really eat much in the morning anyway. But I've been up way earlier than I normally have. I think I wake up around like 9 a.m., maybe 9:30, and I think I was up at 4:30 today. So we're finally eating, and we're about an hour, I would say, away from the port. So we're almost there. When we get there again, I'll explain a little bit more of what we have to do to get the car out, and then once we get it and I get it back home, I'll go through a little bit more on how the process of this works and how much of a pain in the ass it is. It could just be New York Port though, because I've heard a lot of other ports are easier, and New York just sucks for everything. All right, guys, you would not believe this nonsense. So I get in there, and they're saying like one of my bills wasn't paid that I had to pay. I already paid it. But then I called the department where it was supposed to have to release it, and they didn't pick up for an hour and a half. And they were open, but they didn't pick up. So then they finally were like, oh, we'll send it over. And then I had to pay storage fees because apparently, no matter what, even if they didn't release the car, you're still paying storage fees after the first initial like 3 or 4 days. So it's free. So I had to pay my storage fee. So my phone died. So I go out to charge my phone really quick because the lady that said she was going to send my stuff over still didn't. So I come back in, and they took lunch, and they didn't come back till 1. So we went out to eat because we had to wait an hour and 15 minutes for them to get back from lunch after this whole fiasco of me just sitting in there for 2 hours. And I could see my car. I was staring at my car too. I just couldn't touch it. So then we went out to eat. We're in the hood somewhere in like Newark, New Jersey. And we just ate at the nastiest place, pizza place or something like that, wherever the hell we were. You know what it's called?
No. I don't know.
I'm gonna find the receipt. It was nasty. And so we just got done eating there. Pizza was trash, everything was trash. I ordered french fries just to be safe because if you screw up french fries, you shouldn't be in business. So now we're on our way back, and it's almost time for them to let us back in, and hopefully I can finally grab this car. We've been sitting at this port. We've been here for like 3 hours plus. So we're almost back. We're about like 5 or 10 minutes from there, and I'm gonna go attempt this again. All my paperwork, everything should be in. I paid the storage fees. I paid everything I needed to. Everything should be in order for me to just go grab this thing and leave. But I honestly think they're just screwing with me now. They're just this is just taking far too long. Alright guys, as you've seen, I just picked up an R33 GTR. Some of y'all probably already expected it, but this is it, man. I wanted it for a while. The R33 was always my favorite. I bought a 32 because it was feasible at the time. It was what I could afford. So now I'm able to afford this one, and so I bought it. It was kind of pricey, but it is what it is. So we're gonna load this thing up because we ran super late, and we're already like 3 hours behind schedule on this. So I'm really hoping we can still get back in time. My friend here's got to go to work, so we're gonna load this thing up quick, get it home, and then I'll go through it thoroughly with you guys. Okay, so we loaded it up. It's back there. We're on the way home. Stressed. That was stressful. We don't load cars on trailers very often. Pretty much ever, to be honest. Noel would have had this thing done. It would have been perfect. I actually called Noel. I FaceTimed him to help me out a little bit to make sure that I was doing everything correctly. And then we just stopped like 15 minutes down the road to check it anyway, just because, again, this is my expensive ass investment behind us, and I don't want it to drop or anything. So we'll probably stop a couple more times to check it again because I'm freaking out. So hopefully we'll be home soon. It says what, an hour and 40 minutes. We'll be back. And then I'll unload it. I gotta drop this truck and trailer off because shout out to Brandon and Richie. You guys helped me out a lot. Yeah, so I will see it when we get here, and I'll give you guys a rundown on the car. So we're on the way home with the 33, and guys, just the looks we're getting too, and all the high fives, the everything that we're getting is great. But what tops it all off is a cop pulled us up to us, and he beeped at us, and he was telling us like, what's up, like awesome car and stuff, and then he just took off, which is nice. I always thought the cops would hate it, but honestly, like even my 32, I think I've gotten harassed one time, and that's it. Other than that, like once they realize you ain't out for no trouble, no nonsense, they're normally cool with it. But I thought that was pretty cool. The cop was like, this thing's dope, and people have been pulling up next to us all the time, trying to like get pictures and stuff. So they see it, it's coming. We're almost back home actually. We're making pretty decent time. It's holding up great on that trailer, which is awesome. Alrighty, so we are home. Finally made it back home, and car's here. It's doing good. It's just very dark, so you can't really see much. So as far as going over the car and stuff, gonna have to do that another time. I mean, you guys seen it in the day, so maybe I'll make another video going over a little bit more. But it finally made it home. I gotta get this truck and trailer back to my friends that let me borrow it, and I'm a lot later than I thought I was gonna be because it took forever. But I took it for a rip. Didn't get to pull the camera out. I was just taking the family for a ride quick. But I promise, I will get this out. Noel was a little sick, so he's normally like either cameraing or driving, whatever the case may be. So we will, I'll get to it. But honestly, it's sweet. It's awesome. And a little bit of the process, just a little bit. So I found the car that I wanted. That's kind of easy. You can either do auctions, you can go to brokers, you can there's a couple different ways you can do it. I actually just became a broker as well, so because to make the process a little easier, because it was a bitch. Anyway, but when we went down to port, the process, so you find the car, and then once you get it, everything, you get your shipping situated once you buy it, and once that's all done, once the car hits the US, it'll go through the customs period. Skylines take forever. They just hear the word customs, here's that, and they just get a hard-on for it. So mine landed on the 3rd or the 4th, and I didn't get to see it now until the 20th. So it's been a little bit, and it's just how they do it. It's part of their process. And so they finally released it, but when I got there, ran into some issues. Back, I guess I'm getting out of control. So once you get it and it's shipped and it's here, customs will go through it and release it. Once they release it, you can go there. You need it's called a bill of lading. It's just basically showing who owns the car and everything, and you bring that in. You pay your storage fees if you have any. See, my car was sitting there for so long, but they only give you like 5 days free. So all the extra those days I had to pay for. And it wasn't that expensive, but it was extra $120. So I had to pay that. And then customs never released the car, even though they said they did on my end. And so I was sitting there trying to get my car, and for an hour and a half they had my car, and I couldn't touch it. It was just sitting there because the girl never sent it over from the customs place. And I paid them online, but after your customs agent, so you have to hire a customs agent to handle all your customs paperwork. They don't trust us regular people to do customs paperwork. So you have to hire a customs agent to actually do that paperwork. My customs agent cleared it, and then the customs went through it. Customs got the payment, and they never sent that the payment was cleared to the shipper to release the car. So mine is sitting on the shipper. I use, I forgot what they're called, like Wilhelm or something like that is the name of the shipping company. So it's sitting at their dock, but they can't release it until customs gives them the okay to release it. And since customs never did that, I couldn't get it. So I was sitting there. I was calling them every like 2 minutes for an hour and a half, and the whole time they told me that they were in a meeting. So like customs opened at 9 and they were in a meeting till 10:30, maybe 11. I think it was even past 11. And by the time I got situated, she said she was going to send it over. So she goes to send it over and doesn't get it in time, and the people at the port took lunch. They take lunch from 11:45 to 1. So they wouldn't do anything for me, so I had to sit there from 11:45 to 1. And then once they got back from lunch, I was able to go pick up the car. And when I got to the car, it was dead. So I had to go, thank God I brought my jumper pack. So we were able to jump the car, get it going, load it up, and get home. But it was just like, it was probably like 4 hours delayed for no reason. You know, it didn't need to happen. But yeah, now I got it. And my customs agent gave me all the paperwork that I need to register it. I planned on registering it today. Can't do it. So I've just been driving around the block. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's if you want one, I highly recommend getting one soon. The prices just continue. Every time I look at them, I'm amazed. It's not just the Skylines, the Supras, NSX, RX-7, Nissan Silvias. Any one of those cars they're just going through the roof. You know, they're just in the last 2-3 years they're just going up and up and up. So I figured if I was going to get one, I better get it now, because you know, when I first bought my car, my R32, which I've owned it for a while, but when I first bought that, you can get an R34 for 53 to 55K, and that was the market. And now an R34, they're coming up on legal soon. An R34 is now 150K. Maybe you can probably get one like 120K. They're going at auction for like 100. So, and that's the low end. Yeah, they're definitely going for more than that too if it's clean and rated good. So it's tough. It's tough if you want one of these cars that you're gonna have to either pay a lot because they're going up. You know, we're just looking at an RX-7 for someone, and there's again something that, you know, like 2 years ago you could probably get for like 17, 18K, and now they're 25, 30K at auction price. So it's just the market's getting crazy. I'm glad I secured one. To me, it's kind of like a drivable investment. I'm happy with it. I will definitely show more tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another video. Hopefully I can get it uploaded soon before I have to put this thing in its car capsule that I got, that you've seen earlier in the video. So that's it for this one, guys. Until next time, stay hustling.